Hello and welcome back to TopsWeb. In this video we're going to review dotproject. It's a project management software that's been around for quite a while now. It's got quite a large user base for it, a number of add-ons for it, and it's definitely if you're looking for a free alternative to say something like Microsoft Project, which maybe not as huge as that, or definitely not as expensive, this is a free alternative. For the most things, it's just as powerful. So we're going to cover off a little bit about it and when to use it and what's not going to be the best time to use it, I suppose. So dotproject is a web-based project management application. It's open source. It's runs on PHP version 5 and must have a MySQL database to run it. It's very extensible. There's a number of modules that are being developed all the time that you can add on to dotproject, as far as like invoicing, timesheets, and all the things that doesn't really come standard with it. So that's one of the great advantages of it. It's always growing. As far as its use, I think it falls somewhere between Microsoft Project being the heavy end of things and say a really sophisticated task manager. There's plenty of them out there. I use Remember the Milk, but somewhere in between there. Okay, if you're going to do a big construction project, this is not your cup of tea. If you're building a website, I'd say this is perfect for you because it's got a lot of features where you can time yourself as you're doing billable work, and you can set that to rates that will automatically produce your invoice and things like that. Allows you to track issues on your project and quickly find those. You can have thousands of users all working on the same project. Stakeholders can view, you can set permissions and that sort of thing. So we're going to cover off all these things and how to use dotproject. Following that, we'll be doing a series on Web2Project, which is a spin-off of dotproject, and it doesn't get as much press, and I think it should. It's the one I use the most, I'd say. It's an Ajax version of dotproject. The guys over there at Web2Project do a really great job, and so I want to kind of give a credit to them, and we'll be reviewing theirs as well. So let's get started. So where do we start? This is the dotproject main page, and here you'll see the support for forums and so forth. I suggest if you're going to get deeper involved in it, and what I mean is like maybe you want some customizations and that sort of thing, I really suggest joining up on the support. A lot of people are really great there. If you have problems with the software, report the bugs, and there is a development team in place that will try to correct those. And there's the doc site, which we were just looking at a second ago. So the doc site has some tutorials. It's a great reference to go to if you have questions perhaps that we won't be covering here. It should and will be covered at this page. So the main site again is off dotproject.net, and clicking the doc site here at the top. To download it, click the downloads button here at the top of dotproject.net, and you'll install it by clicking here, which will take you to SourceForge. It's quite easy to install. Just click the download button. This will in turn download it to your local hard drive. You can go to bluehost.com, install it there by uploading the files up into your web server, create a folder, install it up there. Also create a MySQL database, and then run the install script. So this could go 110 different ways depending on your host. Some places, like I think it's called siteground.com, or maybe it's .net, they have the ability that they can install it for you and that sort of thing. and so it's pretty simple. It does have an install script, tells you exactly what you need to do, you know, what's not working as far as your install that you need to fix. So it does take a little bit of know-how in that way to work with the what am I trying to say, where you've installed these type of applications before, then it'll be very simple to you. It's not much different than, say, installing Joomla or installing WordPress and all those. It's pretty much the same headaches. So let's leave comments if you have questions, and I'll certainly answer them if I'm able. And let's go back. So as I mentioned before, that dotproject is extensible. So under the downloads menu item, you can see that we have a link there. We can go to SourceForge, and it's a little bit deceiving. Don't hit the download button. As you can see, if you read the fine print, literally it says resource _m. That's only one of the add-ons, so I don't know, maybe they had to put something in place, I guess. But if you'll click on browse all files underneath that button, then you'll see all of the different ones that are available, which is quite a bit. So these are contributed by the community. There are this isn't the end of it. There are, if you search Google, you'll find additional ones. Again, I mentioned Web2Project earlier. They have one that they built called Project Designer. It's fantastic, and I don't know if it's available anymore. Oh, yes, it is. It's right there, Project Designer. So if you do get dotproject, I do recommend the Project Designer. Anyhow, let's go back. Let's go back. And let's take a look at dotproject. As you can see, this is a base install. I've installed it on my local server here, and this is the base install. So we'll be going through each one of the menu items here, and probably some how to do an add-on and that sort of thing. So here's a quick rundown of dotproject and the different screens available. When you log in, you can choose to whether to see the events, the tasks, or the projects of that particular user that is logged in. In this case, we have the task view along with the calendar, as you see here. There are projects. Now you can rearrange these menu items, and this is a list of all your projects and what the state of the project is in. Now you can change that as well, the project status, by selecting it, because currently in planning we can say now it's in progress and update it. And as you can see, we went from in planning to in progress and nothing in planning. You can build templates. There you can have standard projects that you use quite a bit as a baseline and import them into and edit them to use them as a project. Now, Project Designer up here at the top, this will be something we'll cover off later. This is new since 2.1.2. I've used it for quite a while when it was a separate add-on that you had to go to the folks at either Casey Software or the people at Web2Project. I forget who designed Project Designer itself. I know Casey Software does have the Project Importer, which is a fantastic add-on to get with dotproject or Web2Project. In any case, this is what Project Designer looks like. It's definitely we'll definitely cover that off in a later tutorial. Here's the tasks view. It'll lay out which project, its status, and the tasks involved. You have a calendar view with tasks that pull up, and you can filter that based on which company you want to look at. Here you have a list of companies that have been added, and you can segregate those even further by client, vendor, supplier, consultant, and you can add your own definitions in there. You have a contact database. It does take imports, of course. We'll cover that off as well. You can manage files and documents. There's forums, and you can set conversations about projects in here that are project related. The tickets are a great way to get feedback from your client, be able to integrate that into your projects as well. They can log in and post a ticket. Resources, this is an add-on, I believe, that comes with, just like Project Designer, comes with dotproject. You have to go in and turn it on, and you can set things other than people, more like hard resources like equipment and tools. And then there's user admin and system admin, and of course the help. And we'll be covering off each of these in more detail in later tutorials. And that's dotproject overview.